Welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour. Thanks for joining us today. As always, we are so excited to be here. How are you doing today, Susan?
I'm getting there. I'm trying to heal. And I'm so glad to be back here today answering all of the fan questions that we get. Don't you enjoy those, Kat?
I love it. I love hearing the updates. I love hearing what people are up to. I love it when we get compliments.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. And so everybody make sure you keep submitting those because we enjoy and love reading them, giving you advice, hearing your feedback. And you know how to do it, right? Just go to bachelornation.com/golden hour and submit away.
And don't forget, we want to hear from you, everything, your questions, your updates, all of it. You can also DM us on Instagram at Bachelor Happy Hour. We do really want to hear from you.
And Kathy, there you go. We get DMs then.
I never thought about it that way, Susan.
I just did as you were saying it. Okay. Let's get into today's episode. And we're going to start with the question of the day. Here we go. All right. You ready, Kat?
Yep.
When was time you felt backstabbed by a loved one or a friend? And what did the relationship look like after? And how did you personally move on from it?
Ooh. Okay. Only funny things come to my mind. Like,
That's not backstab.
I know. I just funny. Oh man, I don't have an answer for that one. Backstabbed by a loved one.
One came right to mind.
Okay, go.
And I know I've been taught to forgive. And I think it's been 20 years. I don't know if I forgave.
Well, let me help you. I'll be the priestess today. Let me help you. What do you need forgiveness for, Susan?
I have moved on from it. But as far as ever speaking to that person, she's not in my life. So it was ugly. And yeah.
Are you going to tell me? You're not going to tell me.
No, just consider it something that
So the relationship is over.
Oh, it's been over. Yeah. It was really ugly, but I don't understand the difference between forgiving them and letting go. I've let go. Like when you see people go to jail, like, you know, or they killed somebody and parents forgive the person, like in a car accident or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I don't know. I think for me, I can forgive people, but I often have trouble forgetting.
Yes. Well, you never forget.
Right. I mean. So, but I think when something happens to me that I need to forgive, I always go back and say to myself, who has the power here? If I don't forgive that person and move on, it's hurting me. It's not hurting that person.
You're right. It takes up your energy.
Right.
Just the thought of it.
Right.
Yes.
So that's why I try to forgive. It's hard sometimes to forget, but I really try.
Going back, reading this again, it says a loved one or a friend. It could have been a relationship, like people out there, I'm sure the man cheated on you. That's hurtful, right?
I don't think that's backstabbing. That's not backstabbing. Not to me.
Backstabbing is saying a secret, is just like telling your secret.
If I said to you, Susan, I don't want you to tell anyone this. Swear to me you won't.
And that's backstabbing?
To me, that's backstabbing. If you call up Nancy or something, and say, hey,
loose lips over here.
Well, that's different. But I'm saying if you purposely do something to diminish me as a person, that's backstabbing.
Have you ever backstabbed anybody? I don't think
I just did you a couple of days ago.
What? She's lucky she's in Texas.
That was too easy. You walked into that one. I don't knowingly backstab people. I think it sometimes, I'd like to tell this person, but I really try not to do it because, at the end of the day, it's not really kind. And I want to be thought of as a kind person. I think I am a kind person. So
you are a kind person, and how you move on from it And for me, that means time because time heals.
Well,
You
no,
know, it
forgiveness
lightens.
heals.
Yeah,
Forgiveness
well,
heals.
I struggle with
Yeah,
that,
I
Kath.
don't. Yeah, you struggle with that, but I don't. I think once I made the decision to forgive, then I forgive him.
Was
Um,
that the same as letting it go?
I let
Like
it
I've
go.
let things go.
I have let many things go with friends. I have been
Sure, you
if
have to.
something's happened, I
Yeah,
the friendship may change, but I've let it go. Meaning, I'm not going to
that's
harbor it in my.
forgiving them.
Yeah, it's forgiving. I'm not going to harbor it
Okay.
and say mean things.
Yes.
I'm going to let it go and live my
Yes.
life and be happy. Because if I don't, I'm just giving away my power. I'm giving away my positivity to somebody or something
Exactly.
else, and I'm just not doing that.
And holding on to negative energy. So,
So, Susan, when I backstab you again next week, I want you to remember I love you and my relationship with you is really important in our friendship. But, I may backstab you next
no,
week.
just do the front stab so I could see it coming, please. Okay.
All right. So, we are going to get into our fan questions today, which you and I always love doing. Please
Love it.
keep them coming, folks. I'm going to read the first one and let's see what we have here. Okay.
Okay.
Hi, ladies. I need to vent. LOL. I've been with my boyfriend for about 5 months. I'm in college and he's been out of school for a few years. I always drive to see him because he doesn't have a car, which I was fine with for a while, but I finally got him to come visit me for once. I was so excited, but the second he met my friends, he started drinking to calm the nerves and completely embarrassed me. I had a whole day planned with my roommates and he just made an ass out of himself. And in his drunken state, he told me that his ex reached out to him and it stressed him out. He swore he left her on red and just wanted me to know. I was like, okay, thanks for telling me. But I noticed him acting weird after that, so I checked his phone. Turns out he was planning on FaceTiming her that night once he got a chance. Annoying. That is not how I would describe it, but okay. Anyway, so
that was a nice way. Go.
yeah. So my question is this: how do I break up with this man? Susan, can we just stop the question for a second?
What really? What you need to ask? Go on. Let's
I
finish.
break up. Anytime I've mentioned a break, he sobs and begs to the point where I feel so uncomfortable and trapped. I don't even know how to put it into words. How do I get through his victim complex and break this off for good? I've been so done with this relationship, and this was the final straw. Help me get the message across to him. Please, please, please. Thanks, ladies. Susan, let's say it together.
Oh, this is a no-brainer.
1, 2, 3. Dump
Him
him.
now.
Or
So
yesterday.
wait, let's go back. So why did he need to calm the nerves because he's meeting his girlfriend's friends? I mean, who stresses about that?
Some people get nervous about meeting other people. However, you and I can safely say this question has so many inherent problems. Number one, getting drunk, it just brings all sorts of problems anyway. He's clearly a cheater, right?
Well, he planned to chat with her on FaceTime. So the drunk ass, stupid ass told her about this message. First problem. But what she's asking us is, how do I get this message? You don't have to do anything. Block his ass. It's over.
It's over.
You're a big boy.
Okay, Susan, I don't know who this is. We're going to call you anonymous. Susan and I are going to role play. Don't break up with me.
Sweetie, listen to me. Listen to me. Learn from this, okay? This is not normal. You don't do these things and lie about it. I'm guilty for looking at your phone, and there's a reason I look, because you're fucking guilty. Move on. Forget me.
That is.
But I know I wouldn't say it like that.
You know what I would see? That was way too many words. And you who always say is keep it short.
Less is more. Yes.
Less is more. You know what I would say? Let's say the guy's name is Joe.
Okay.
Joe, I've been an idiot taking you back. Not this time. Bye. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out and it'd be gone. And I think, Anonymous, you might need to get a little bit of help here because you don't want to be with him, but you take him back. I think you might have some self-esteem issues or something else going on here.
And she says, help me get the message across.
We're helping her.
What help do you need? Their words. Tell him straight up, what part do you need help with? You want us to do it?
Yeah, really. Give us his number. We'll call him. You're done. You're out. And you know what, Anonymous? Once you dump his ass, it's going to open your brain and your heart to better, healthier relationships if you do the work, if you figure out why you kept taking him back. I mean, when we get these questions, Susan, I'm always like, what is not being said or what's behind the words?
Yes. And Kathy, you know me with the empathy thing. Like, it takes me forever to break up with a guy so I can relate. However, everybody comes into your life for a reason, a season, you know, the saying. And it's just time to accept you're not happy with this behavior. So you could say it as kindly as you like or as mean as you like, but say it.
But when she says she feels trapped, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know, there's a word for it and I can't think of it right now.
Because
she's trapping herself. Like he's not setting a trap. She's falling for his sob story. She's got some self-esteem issues. Maybe she's afraid to be alone. I don't know.
This whole question that you sent to us, and thank you for doing so, is not about him. It's about you.
Yes.
And that's what we want you to deal with. Look in the mirror, talk to yourself, get it out and say, I'm better than this and I deserve better than this.
That's right. And you know what? Sometimes it's hard to say those things. If it were me, I would keep it short, Anonymous, and just say, I'm done. And then I'd spend my time.
Short and sweet. You are great.
I would get some help, you know, a friend, a therapist, somebody, and say, help me figure out why I kept jumping back into this. But I wouldn't waste a lot of words with him.
And just a few weeks ago, I don't know, a month ago, I was having a yucky kind of day, and you're the one that said, did you look in the mirror this morning and say, I am
that's right,
I am worth it, I am lovable, I am loved,
that's right,
you know what, positive affirmations.
And I really believe that's true. And there's something in this girl's life where she doesn't think she deserves it, or she's not living her positive best life, something. So Anonymous, get after it. We are going to send you positive vibes, get it done, and then get some help to figure out why you kept this complete fool in your life.
And even though he cries, yes, you feel bad for him, but you're helping him in the long run. You guys are in college. You have a whole life yet. Now's when you learn. Now is when you do this and you move on from it.
Susan, she's been with this guy 5 months. The ink on the first love letter is barely dry.
And she drove all the time. Please.
So many red flags. Get rid of him. Let us know. Yeah. We're sorry if we sound harsh. It's just that we're old as Methuselah, and we know that this is not going to end up well for you. So get rid of him and find a new guy and get some help for yourself. And then let us know.
If you're looking for a release and saying do the right thing, you just got it. Okay?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for doing it, though.
What do you think of when you hear
you might have even tried to for it. If at any next one on doesn't,
there's going to be BS Health app for
exhilaration and joy.
To keep an eye on taxes.
What do I do? I'm on. Okay, Kat. Question number 2.
Potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Okay, Kat. Question number 2, and this one is from Claire. Hi, ladies. I need some advice. I just found out that my ex-husband is engaged. Our divorce finalized a month ago. What do I do? I'm honestly distraught. I don't want to be with him anymore. We split due to the typical falling out of love / terrible to no sex life stuff. But this honestly really hurts. To make matters worse, he's engaged to his secretary. Please just tell me some things I need to hear right now. Thank you so much. Oh,
okay.
His damn secretary, you ass.
Oh,
what is wrong with
that's
people?
Not fair. That is not fair, Susan.
It's a month. Obviously, you know where my head is at. He's been seeing this secretary for quite some time.
Okay. Maybe he has. Maybe he hasn't. Yeah. We don't know. Don't jump to conclusions. I mean, I'm right there.
He's engaged to her in a month. Come on. Was the divorce 6 years?
I don't know, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
You took the thought right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
We don't know how long they were separated. We don't know any of those things. And maybe he cheated, maybe didn't. That's not the point. The question here is, Claire, you're asking, what do I do? You don't do anything. You're out of his life. So
and she says right here, I don't want to be with him
it doesn't
anymore.
matter if she wants to or not want. They are divorced, Claire.
Yes.
What do I do? Start dating, go out with your girlfriends, take a trip, read a book, take flower arranging, bake a cake, but stop thinking about him because it's over. And
Open a bottle of wine.
Or two. He's moved on. I really don't. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't mean to sound harsh. I'm sure that it would be hard to hear. And I'm sure you're thinking like Susan did.
Yes. He's engaged already. We just got our divorce a minute ago.
And so you're probably wondering.
Stings, but it should only sting for a second because remember, you didn't want to be married to him.
Right. So
and sex sucked.
I was going to say, go find some better sex, Claire.
Yes,
go have,
really.
go find a good time guy for a night. It'll clear your head.
And I get the typical falling out of love. That's what happens. I mean, it's not easy. I think marriage, it's not just being in love. It's being a partner with somebody. So you weren't partners, obviously. So the love part goes away. I know because I lived through it. And the sex sucked. This is a no-brainer. I think it stung because number one, it was a secretary, and number two, it came immediately after the divorce.
Well,
and we get that. I
would say number three. I think what Claire isn't saying, I'm reading a little bit between the lines here. She's probably surmising, like you did, Susan, that he was with that secretary before. And that's probably what stings. And she just doesn't want to put it down. So, Claire, if that's the case, it sucks.
Maybe she didn't know, too.
Yeah, exactly. If you didn't know, if you still don't know.
And Kathy, some divorces take a few years. So they could have been living their own lives for a couple of years, but because the papers came in and he's engaged, you know what I'm saying? So it could be a lot of things, but you know what? You want to hear us? We're telling you it's okay.
It's okay to feel badly, but again, it's about living positive life. Don't spend your days feeling hurt. Go spend your days doing something positive for yourself. That way, go
on a date. Yeah.
Yeah, go do something for you, and the hurt.
Go on vacation.
Yeah,
I'm sure you got some money out of that divorce.
Oh, now we're getting down to it.
Go to St. Martin. That's really nice.
How much money did you get, Claire? Come join us for vacation. We'll make you laugh.
But thank you, Claire. Thank you for writing in.
And I'm really
good
sorry.
Luck to you.
Yeah, good luck, and sorry that you feel that way. Okay, the next question is from Nina. She writes, "Hi, Kathy and Susan. I feel like I'm about to lose my mind. I just found out that my best friend of 10 years has been talking shit about me behind my back for our entire friendship. I found out because she sent a message about me to me by accident. Then when I blocked her from viewing my story, that's literally all I did, LOL. She went on a rampage and started making up crazy lies about me to all of our friends. Turns out this isn't the first time she's done that. The biggest lie was telling everyone that I was in rehab when really I was in the hospital dealing with some severe medical issues. My question is this. How do I heal from this? I feel like I can't trust anyone and I'm spiraling. I'm away at college. She's still in our hometown. So I feel so disconnected from all of my friends there. I don't even know if they are my friends. Any advice would be great. Thank you." Oh,
wow. That's sad. You know what? I know she's hurting, but that girl, Karma's a bitch. I feel sorry for her for what life is going to be given her. You don't do things like that. You don't spread lies. It's bad enough if you're going to spread secrets, the backstabbing part, but to make up bold-faced lies. Did I tell you that story, Kathy? I think I did on another podcast when I used to pray that I would develop boobs,
Yes, you did say yes.
At the splash party, and that thing went out. Susan Bacall stuffs, and I came out and bare it all.
Yeah.
But she's not home to defend herself. So do you think she should put out something on social media to embarrass this woman or this girl, or
Not at all.
just
Here's what I think.
simply move on.
Nina, you're young. You're in college. I get it. It stings. You've obviously known this girl. I'm guessing it's a girl. Could be a guy, but you've known this person for 10 years. So probably since your teenage years. And to find this out now is brutal. I would say to you, I would not do what Susan said. I would not put anything out on social media. I would not put any negativity out there because negative breeds negative. Yeah. So if I were you, I would let it go. When you get home from college at Thanksgiving, Christmas, spring break, summer, whenever it is, the next time you see her, I would have a sit down with just her. And I would say, here's how I feel. This is what, blah, 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 go through all of it with her and say, you really hurt my feelings. And I can't believe this happened. Do you want to be my friend? Because if you do, you can't do this again. And let me tell you, I had an experience like this with a very good friend. And I've never told this story before. In talking about her, it just came back to my mind. I had a very good friend who, when she would get worried about me, she would call my kids. And of course, my husband's gone. My kids were are worried about me, right? If something happens. And so last time she did this and my kids panicked because they couldn't reach me. I was out playing golf and having dinner and I turned my phone off. Right. Well, they thought I was dead by the side of the road. Anyway, when I called them back, my children had called me like 10 times. I found out she had called all of my children and said, I can't reach Kathy. I don't know where. And she knew where I was, by the way. I don't know why she did it, but I called her and I said, I can tell you it was a guy I was on a date with and she didn't like the guy. So I don't know. So I called her and I said, listen, you cannot ever call my children again.
That's
you cannot
for an
do
emergency.
that. I said, if I'm dead by the side of the road, my children will find out. If I'm in the hospital, they will contact my children. If you want to be my friend, you can never do this again. Can you promise that? And she said, no, I can't. And I said, our friendship just ended. And I'm just saying.
Short and sweet. Yeah.
It's short and sweet.
Where my mind's going, when she received the message about her accidentally from this gossipy girl, she says she blocked her. You wouldn't confront right then and there, make a phone call? Like, whoa, I'm sure you didn't mean to send that message to me. And why on earth would you be saying something untrue?
Because she's in college.
Yeah, and so what, Kathy? If I sent you a message and I meant to send it to Nancy, okay, and it was trashing you, you're only going to block me? You're not going to call me or text me back?
Susan, I have a news flash. I hope everyone's listening very carefully. Neither you nor I, come to think of it, Nancy either, we're not in college. We've lived a lot of life. I'm saying I could see it where Nina might be so hurt that, I just want to block this. I just want to, I want to forget it. But clearly that doesn't work, which is why I suggested sit down with her.
Came to mind. Something came to mind, Kathy.
What came
Remember
to mind?
when I tried to hold it in when something happened between people we know? Yeah. And I did good for like a week and then we were all on a Zoom call together and I lost it.
Yeah. Let me just say, Susan gives great advice. She doesn't always take her own advice. She doesn't always follow through. I remember this phone call. I was like, oh my God.
You thought I was coming through.
Bachelor Nation needs to hear this. They think Susan is Miss Sweetness, Princess Sweet.
I am.
Oh, really? You don't have a side of you that
press
glows?
The wrong button.
Exactly.
I'm Italian. Remember the bat, Kathy?
And I have the reputation of being... I have a bat at all times, and I'm exactly the opposite. So, Bachelor Nation, figure it out. Anyway, Nina,
the delivery is different.
It's the delivery, I know. Nina, here's what I'm recommending. I think Susan would agree. Sit down with her when you get home from school. If you can't resurrect or remediate or repair, I don't know where all those R words just came from, the friendship, then it might be over. It might be over.
I agree to a point, Kathy. I wouldn't give her an opportunity to be my friend again. The damage is done. And I personally, as I sit here while you were talking and I'm listening to you, would probably put something out about why I was in the hospital. Not saying she said or did anything, this friend. And thank you for all your well wishes. I had a severe, whatever the problem was, so that the world knew she was there. And then the people that were told she was in rehab, they might question that friend.
They might, or they might say, "Oh God, it's true," and she's putting up this fake story about being in the hospital.
This is true.
That's why I don't say anything. I don't justify stupid, mean rumors with a response. I just don't. People are going to believe what they want to believe. Her friend. What do I always say to you? What do I always say to you when we talk about the mean people saying stuff about you and me online?
All the time.
What do I always say to you?
Last week about wearing a bikini, I said, get your negative thoughts and throw them in a hat.
Right. Who cares what they say? I care what you think of me because you're my friend. But if people who don't know me on the internet, who cares? So, Nina, good luck. Let us know if you, in fact, do repair the friendship.
Well, can I say one more thing? When you get home and you talk to those other people, not the person, but the other people, you could bring it up and say, I was so hurt by that. I can't believe that she told people. And maybe they get some feedback. Or like the other person would say, we never thought that.
I think you're pitting.
That's keeping it alive.
I think it's keeping it, and it's pity. It's like triangulation. You're bringing in other people. See, I just say less is more. I'm not going to.
I wish I could be more like you and just shut it down.
I wish I could be more like you and had hair like yours that could dry in 30 seconds with a hairdryer. That's what I wish.
What do you think of when you hear Amazon Prime? Delivery, and it's just so.
You heard of Nexplanon? Plant. Contact your doctor right away. STDs. Talk to your.
Keep coming back so you can visit your local CVS store.
By knowing people on a deeper level.
It can help you unlock your wealth full.
We're going to talk about what we would do. You do. You know what, Susan?
You know how
it's as close.
Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE, SIPC.
Moving on.
All right. Are you ready? We're going to play a game. It's time for games. And you know what, Susan?
You know
it's as close to moral quandary as we can get.
No.
But no, listen. We're going to answer all your dreams. Your dream is about to come true, Susan. You know why?
Okay.
We're going to talk about what we would do. You do not have to guess what I would do.
This is a perfect game.
It's the Susan show. You're going to say what you would do, and I'm going to say what I would do. So here goes the first one.
Susan's dreams come true. I don't have to guess what Kathy's going to say.
That's what I said. It's Susan's dream day. All right.
Okay.
What would you do if your first date brings up their ex multiple times and even compares you to them? Do you call it out or let it slide?
Well,
I wish y'all could see Susan's face.
That's happened. that has happened. And honestly, at that time, it was whether I was wanting to get to know this guy or not. Like, I know within 3 minutes going on a first date whether I'm going to see you again or not. But multiple times, like sometimes people do bring it up to compare me to somebody. So it happened one time and he was a widow. I felt so bad for him, Kathy, by the fourth time. And I looked at him in my face, my eyes tell all. I'm like, really? And he goes, I'm so sorry for doing this, but can I just show you? I said, of course. And I'm about to throw up in my mouth. Kathy, I have a twin. It was scary.
I went like,
oh, she was a hairdresser. We looked just alike. I mean, maybe our features were a little, the hair, the body, the height, and he said to me,
wait, what is he divorced? Oh, he is a widower.
Yes, she passed.
He wanted to marry the ghost of Christmas past.
He said, and I liked the guy a lot. I really did. And he said to me, I don't think I could see you. It's too much.
Oh,
I know.
Sad.
I know.
I mean,
it was really
good for
weird.
him, though. You know, good for him for knowing.
And like I said, I would have seen him again. He was a nice guy.
I think this an ex. A widower, that's not an ex, that's a death, right?
Yes,
so this is different. If your first date
brings up their ex.
Brings up their ex. So, for me, I'm out. I'm not a first date, down the road, maybe if he was talking to me about, and that's another conversation, by the way, that we can have someday, whether or not, how much do you want to know about your current
Especially if
boyfriend,
they're
exes?
trashing them. Like if they're saying
Oh
negative
no, that's a red
things,
flag, Susan.
whoa, big
That's
red
a red
flag.
flag. I'm saying I don't. Someday we're going to have this conversation about
Yeah,
whether
that's good.
how much do you want to know about your current boyfriend, of which I don't have one, but how much you want to know about their exes, right? I want to know some.
I know a little bit of where you're coming from, but I don't need details.
Right.
Everybody's got a past. Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
so anyway, I would call it out and I would let him slide right out the door.
Yes.
Right,
okay,
go.
Kathy, your date gets a little too drunk and starts making a scene. Do you stick it out or end the night early?
Okay.
My God.
I can tell you, mine's a real quick answer. I'm out the door. I do not like to be around
the
drunks.
Uber as soon as you start.
That's right. I'm out. Goodbye.
Yeah.
See ya.
You
I'm
can
going to
do
go
this
spend the
alone.
night at Susan's house.
Who's ever close. Okay,
That's
next.
Okay. You realize you have zero chemistry, but they seem really into you. Do you give them another date or call it quits early? What do you do, Susan?
I stick it out for that date, and I'm usually a little, I don't want to call myself a puss, but I'll text them that I didn't feel what I needed to feel. But I'm not going to go out on another date with them.
Right.
If I
I also would stick out the date. And then if they called me for another date, I would say I have a horrible case of cholera. I want to make sure.
What is cholera?
I don't.
Tell.
I want to make sure they're not coming. I want to make sure they don't want to be around me again.
It's extremely contagious.
and it's contagious.
Can you see the guy now asking all his friends, do you know what cholera is?
All right, go ahead.
Okay. You see your friend's partner out with someone else, looking a little too cozy. Do you tell your friend or do you stay out of it?
We've had this conversation.
Several times.
We've had this conversation.
So the word friend is the hard part. Like I'm not kissing and telling, but I've seen people that put their wives weren't my friend.
Wait a
You
second.
know what I mean? I knew the woman.
If it is
none of my business.
no.
If it's you, me, Nancy, I don't know.
Yeah. I am saying it.
Yes. I said these people weren't friends.
Yeah. But if I just see, a friend, I don't know, it could be a business meeting. That's where you get yourself into trouble. It could be their cousin. It could be you.
Yes.
No, I'm serious. It could be family. It could be a cousin. It could be someone in from out of town. I never mess with that stuff.
I don't know that I would do an immediate phone call.
I don't either. I think I would keep my mouth.
Mind your own business.
Yeah, but it depends on how good a friend it is.
Yeah, and
how cozy. If they're sitting making out, it's probably not a business meeting.
Okay, your tongue was down her throat. I probably would address him before I'd address her. I'm going to give him an out here. Pointing my eyes to his eyes. I see you. I'm watching you. Okay,
you know what?
Got the next
Bachelor
one?
Nation, she would do it too. Be scared of Susan. She means what she says. All right. You agree to go to a party, but when you get there, you realize you don't know a single person. What's your move? Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, we're easy. Hey, how you doing?
Exactly. Hey, I'm Kathy. Nice to meet you.
Je m'appelle Suzanne.
That's right. Hola, ¿cómo está?
No, I don't know how long I'd stay. Depends on the feedback from the crowd, I guess.
Right.
But why would you not know a person if you're invited to a party?
Maybe the person who invited you got sick or something. Who knows? But I will say, you and I have talked about this as well. You and I can both walk into a room, not know anybody, and make friends and talk. And it's actually a gift, and I'm grateful that I have that gift, and you are too. It's
the smile that's warming and welcoming. People want to know, what do you smile about?
Yeah, just walking with a smile. Hey, and you know what? Get people to talk about them for a little bit.
Yeah.
You got a new friend. It's great. All right, go ahead.
All right. Your friend borrowed something valuable from you and accidentally broke it, but hasn't mentioned it yet. Do you bring it up or wait for them to? So I'm taking it that they've already given it back to you and you realize it's broken. I say to me, yo, what happened? You owe me.
And she means it, folks. I got to be honest.
Really,
If something valuable, I'm very careful about lending.
What you lend, yes.
I
I don't
mean,
borrow, so
yeah.
again.
Well, you said that, but I happen to know for a fact you do.
What did I borrow?
There might be, when you took your last trip to St. Martin, because you needed some additional beach cover-ups when you went to St. Martin.
Oh, no, that was forced.
Oh,
I know you're talking about
we're
our
not
dear
getting into
friend
this.
Dawn, and let me tell you, does she have some gorgeous things?
We love our friend Dawn.
Insisted that we take.
Yeah.
She did.
We love our friend Dawn. Dawn, if you're listening, we love you. All right.
We do love you.
I just don't lend something that valuable. All right.
Well, if you did, Kath, I want to know. Would you say, "Hey, I just noticed that it's broken or it's damaged"?
I probably would bring it up.
Yeah,
I probably
would too.
nicely, kindly.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
We agreed again, guys.
Yep. We're agreeing.
That's
all right.
Nation,
A new
you hear
friend.
that?
A new friend always forgets their wallet when you go out together. How do you handle it? Oh, we've had this conversation.
Before they get there, I remind them because I'm
She
tired
does.
of paying the bill.
I swear I've heard her do it. I've paid the last 2 times. Don't forget your wallet. That's Susan.
Yes. I mean, because then you're not going to be friends with them anymore if they consistently, you're going to shy away.
I have to tell you, I have a friend. This is how people get to know about us. These things make us tell stories. Yeah. I have a friend here, Beth, who has a couple of friends who do not reciprocate. And Beth is always inviting people over for dinner and for drinks and for lunch and brunch.
She has you bring everything.
No, and she always, she always has me over for dinner. I always bring a bottle of
never
wine.
empty-handed. I know you.
And when we go out for brunch, I always stick my credit card down and put hers on mine because she always has me for dinner, always. And I don't, as people know, I don't really cook very much, so I'm so
then
appreciative.
If you're out and you pick up the tab,
but other people don't. They let her pick up the tab, and I'm like, I keep saying, Beth, don't be so quick with the credit card. Sit back and
And Kathy, you told me that.
Yeah.
When I'm in somebody's company, I go, "Oh no, I'm staying there." Let me. Yeah.
You got to. It can be uncomfortable, but you know what? You don't want to breed resentment. So
no, you don't. Exactly. Good point.
So let your credit card stay in your pocket a little bit longer.
Next one is you accidentally like an old Instagram post of someone you have a crush on. What do you do?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Like it. You have a crush on him. Hello, I hope he noticed. Or she or whoever. Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Oh my gosh, we're agreeing way too much, Susan.
Well, it's going to be a good day, Kat.
All right. You and your partner planned a big night out, but they cancel last minute for something that doesn't seem important. Oh, Susan, what would you do?
Doesn't seem important to me or was important?
Yeah, obviously. It doesn't seem important to you, but they cancel.
I would definitely be disappointed. I mean, obviously, you have to accept the fact that they canceled. I mean,
you're not going to say anything? Who are you trying to kill? Who are you
I want to
lying
know why. And when you tell me that's why, I'm going to say, really? I'm not. That depends on what the reason was,
Well,
either way, the disappointment will be there.
Exactly. I think I would do exactly the same thing. I would let them know. You know what? It comes back to communicating. If I say, it's okay, no problem, I'm likely to say, hey, John, whoever it is, I was really looking forward to seeing you, but that's okay. Maybe we can do it another night. It's better to be, it's a better,
it is.
Better
it
answer.
Is better to be, Okay, go.
Your significant other makes a joke about something you're insecure about. Do you address it or brush it off?
Address it.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
And I know we're taught to wait till you get home. Like we read one of these questions a few episodes back, and the husband and wife or the couple, I don't know if they were married, and they agreed if anything like this should happen, you never say, you just go about the party or whatever you're at and wait till you get home. That would stew in me, Kathy, like a fire being ignited. I would look like a dragon by the time we got home.
And she would, folks. But they're not saying that the significant other is doing it in front of other people. They're saying, it's like this. It's like I'm dating, Joe, and Joe makes a joke about me interrupting. You choke.
But you're not insecure about that.
Well, actually, I am. I'm trying to be better about about, or, Kathy,
Something you're insecure about.
I am insecure about that. Or joking like, oh, you were the only girl at the pool with a one piece on. That was a lot of fabric. I'm insecure about that.
That would be upsetting.
It would
Why
be,
would
but
they say
here's what I was going to say to you. People say things and they cushion it by saying, oh, it was just a joke. It's not a joke. It is not a joke. So if my significant other makes a quote unquote joke about something I'm insecure about, you know what that is? It's cruel. And they know what they're doing, and they're not making a joke. They're either making fun of me or trying to make a point, and it's not nice.
It's not nice.
It's not nice. So,
all right, you're casually dating someone and they tell you they don't believe in tipping at restaurants. Is this a deal breaker?
Can we answer in unison?
Yes.
Completely.
Because I'd have to tip every time.
Let me tell you something. I think when you talk about like red flags, when I'm on a date,
that's a red flag.
If they are, never mind tipping,
Rude
if they are not kind to the server, bending over backwards. Two of my 3 children were servers in restaurants. So I always tip close, way over 20% because they work their tails off. And I'm always
if they're
polite.
not good. If they're giving me half-ass service, they'll get the minimal, but they get a tip.
Can I tell you why you need to tip them the right amount? This is my PSA. No, you need to tip the customary total amount. Here's the deal. No, you can't.
It's a certain percentage, 20% of the bill.
Okay, and you're saying if they're rude, you give them less than 20?
No, I always tip the minimum, the basic.
Oh, so you're saying 20.
When somebody treats me well, and I notice because I was a server as well once upon a time, then they get not double, but way more.
Yeah.
You cushion it because you appreciate it.
Okay, so here's a question that wasn't on here, but not all tips are, if it's cash, they don't have to claim them all.
Yes,
do you tip in cash or credit?
I try to, yes.
In
Most
cash.
of the time I'll tip in cash.
So what I'll try, what I try to do, because they split the tips with the bartenders.
Sometimes nowadays, yeah.
They right.
You're right.
So I'll usually put it on the check because I want it to get split with everyone that helped prepare my meal. But you know what I'll do sometimes when I walk out, I'll take like a $10 bill out of my wallet, depending on the price of the meal, shake their hand and say, thank you so much. It was a delight having you for server, and hand them. And that money is meant to go to them, and they know it.
Yeah. And when we all go out, when all the girls are together, we all throw cards down and we add the tip to the card.
And we as a group always leave a big tip because that's the kind thing to do.
Round it up.
Kind thing to do. All right.
Alrighty.
You're on a date. And your date says something you completely disagree with, but you still like them. Do you challenge them or change the subject? Oh, come on, guess. What? This last one, wait. Let's just guess what the other one would do.
What would Susan do?
What would Susan do? I would say the same thing Kathy's going to do.
We challenge.
Yes.
I would have won the moral coin.
Susan, I'm going to tell the producers we want to go back to moral quandary.
No, don't get excited. Do not get excited. But I think we did well. This game worked for us.
This game worked so well for us. I just want to know, before we wrap it up, and we only have a couple of minutes here.
Okay.
So I just want to say one of the things I love, I haven't had a chance to tell you this yet. One of the things I love about Bachelor Nation is when we have people on the podcast, we get to know them and we get new friends. And can I just tell you, Allie Joe and Juliana, I have Juliana's phone number now. She's like, we're the Newton girls. They're so nice. I feel like I've made new friends.
I know. And the past guys that we had.
I know.
We knew them from the show, but getting to talk to them and digging in and finding out about them.
I just want everyone to know that
we're
the
blessed,
friendships,
Kathy.
we're blessed, and the friendships that we make through Bachelor are really friends. It crosses age lines, though. I just feel so grateful to be making all these friends. All right. So that's the PSA. This was so much fun.
And our producers and our podcast people.
We love you all. Thank you all, though, to our listeners for joining in and listening to us today, because without you and your questions and your comments, we'd have nothing.
And make sure you follow us on Bachelor Happy Hour because you know us, we have a new one coming out every week and you don't want to miss. I mean, really, for Kathy and I to agree on just about everything today, that's a win.
It is a win. Although maybe they want to hear us argue, Susan. Here's the thing.
We do that too.
We do. When we don't agree, we can really dial it up. But in the meantime, please submit your questions, your comments, all of it. Go bachelornation.com/golden hour or DM us on Instagram at Bachelor Happy Hour.
And listen to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to your podcast. We'll see you next time.
Take care.